Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Sorry, this is a very random start to the video. I'm just getting my drink ready for the day because we have a lot going on today. You're going to come run some errands with me. I just feel like it has been forever since I did a proper vlog. I feel like it's been forever since I've done a proper video, to be honest with you. So apologies, work has just been crazy busy at the moment. For anyone who doesn't know what I do for a job, I'm a social media manager for Equestrian brands, and I've had a lot of massive campaigns that I've been running and launching. So yeah, I've been really busy with launching campaigns for different brands. But anyway, I am back. I am here to give you all the updates. There is so much for me to update you on, honestly. But I'll give you the main updates when we get to the yard because everything is really about the horses and we need to get a shift on because, as always, I am running slightly late. So I am trying to be very good at the minute. I am trying to be very good, but we do need to stop off at Tesco and get a meal deal because I have not meal prepped as I have been trying to. Today is just one of those days, but I need to show you how cute is my Yeti. So a friend got me this personalised with my Georgia Ellie Eventing logo. So I have two logos. I have Georgia Ellie Eventing and then I have Georgia Ellie Equestrian, which is my channel obviously, and my socials. And it's even in my cross country colours and I just love this. So this is my new emotional support cup. So yeah, that's, even though we are going to go and get a meal deal and I'm being naughty in that respect, I am taking my electrolytes. So I've just put one of these in there. It's a little Humantra one. Harlow actually got me onto these at Pony Mag. So shout out to Harlow for that, and shout out to Harlow's grandma or Nan, or I'm not sure, I can't remember what she calls her, but yeah, she got me onto those. Live tea is my favourite, if you're wondering. Not sponsored or anything, I do buy them myself. So yeah, right, we are ready for the day. So today, I need to get some lunch, I need to go see Percy, I need to ride him, and then I need to go get some feed, pop to the local equestrian store, and there's just lots to do. So let's jump straight into it. So the goods have been obtained. Ignore the two shirts that have fallen off the hanger and that look like this longer at the back. Hoisin duck wrap, generally always get this for my meal deal, and then Pink Lady apple and grape because why not? And then I got this ring I've never had before. It's Remedy kombucha in raspberry and lemonade flavour. I was chatting to someone at Bromham horse trials about kombucha on a stand, and it's basically a culture drink, and I've never really heard of it, but then I've suddenly seen it everywhere, so I was like, yeah, I'll get one of those in there, I don't need a drink. So yeah, lunch is sorted, to the yard we go. So I got to the yard and I noticed that Mum was in the arena riding Lucy. Mum has been doing really well on Lucy recently. She's going really well. I think she's actually on about taking her out to do some dressage soon. I know she was PFing the other day. Honestly, that mare is so talented. Piglet! There he is. Hey up, Piglet. You alright, gorgeous boy? So I got to the farm and I thought I'd give Percy a groom while I updated you all on what's happening with the horses, how they're doing, and most importantly, where is Gin? Because Gin is not here. However, the mics weren't working, so this entire segment, possibly the most important part of the video, I'm now just going to tell you to camera. So apologies for that, but yeah, welcome to working with technology. Honestly, if I had £1 for every time I've gone to record something and not plugged the audio in, not turned it on, something's gone wrong with it and there's just been no audio, I'd be a lot richer than I am now. So apologies guys. So I'm going to do a little interlude and just update you basically on Percy and Ginny, especially if you've seen the title of this video, that I'm guessing is the main reason you've come to find out where Gin is. So we'll do Percy Pig first. So I did try and show you with him in the stable when I was giving him a groom, but that didn't work. So anyway, those of you who have seen my most recent eventing vlog will have seen that Percy was very naughty and threw me off at fence 10. I do genuinely think that was just caught him off guard. It was a white fence, it was hard to read. But then since then, I took him to Norton Disney Event Trial and he threw me off again, which was a week later. So yeah, he is not in my good books at the moment. I adore that pony to pieces, but sometimes during the summer when the grass is stressed, he just can't deal with the higher sugars, and I think that's what's happening this year again. He's been very, very reactive, very spooky, very sort of jumping at everything, and actually when we got him to Norton Disney, we got him off the box and the back door slams, as it often does on a windy day with the box. Like normally he'd think nothing of it, and he actually like was on the ground and bolted. He broke the tie ring and bolted, and I was like, oh, like, you know, you just stand there and watch something happen in slow motion. I was like, oh, my pony's just galloping across the grass. And that was before I'd even got on him. That's how like reactive he's been recently. And then he stood there for like an hour like this, like eyes on stalks, every muscle in his body tense. I was like, oh goodness. So yeah, that was not a good day. He then was like funny to jump, and then he got to fence 6, which has wobbly planks, which if you've seen I think it was Epworth again, last season, they had a blue wobbly plank and Percy absolutely lost his mind. But basically they had wobbly planks and I could not for the life of me get him over this. And then on the 3rd refusal, he actually put me in the wing. I think he was like that determined he wasn't going over it. He was like, I need to get her off. So he did. He got me off and I actually managed to injure myself again. But luckily, he was fine and I'm fine. Since then, I've had the physio out to him just to check him. He was a little bit sore on his back just because he's changed shape so much. I had his saddle fitted 8 weeks ago, and sadly he's put on weight, which he wasn't meant to do, and he's built his shoulders up a bit more. So the saddle's sitting slightly tight on the left, but then sitting away on the right. So it's just bobbing down slightly on the right-hand side, which has made his back slightly sore. Not anything major, but just enough that she noticed he was a little bit knotted when she felt him. So we don't know whether that's caused him to not want to jump, or whether it's just the freshness and the reactiveness and the fact that it was something that we know he doesn't like and that his brain just can't cope with it at the moment. So basically, because we've had no rain for so long and then we had all the rain, the grass came through and loads of it came through, but it's stressed grass, which means that the fructose is really high. And because our paddocks they're quite stress grazing anyway, because we don't currently have the front field to rotate them on, they're on the same grazing year round, so it can get a bit stressed in summer anyhow, which then leads to high sugar levels in my crazy Connie and makes him more crazy. It's something I've dealt with before. He's on gutties and he's on Gastro Premier to help settle his gut, but when there is an imbalance, it can take a few weeks to settle. So the plan with Piglet now is that he's just going to have some downtime while I go on holiday. He's going to be kept on the lunge, so Jade's going to lunge him like every other day for me, just to keep him moving and fit. But he's not being ridden because he won't let anyone else on him, apart from me. He just finds it very stressful, bless him. So yeah, he's having a bit of downtime while I go on holiday, which will be really good for him actually. I think it's kind of what he needs at the moment, rather than pushing him to go the other way and do loads of work. I have ridden him most days this week and he's been okay at home. I just don't think his brain can cope with going out at the moment. So yeah, that's Perse. And on to Miss Gin. So she's not here. There are empty stables. It's really, really weird looking at her paddock. Like, it's just so strange. I keep like walking down to the fields with one less hay net, one less bucket, and yeah, just an empty paddock, which is so, so odd. So obviously I'm going away on holiday, which Chris kindly bought me for my birthday. We're off to Rhodes, and because of that, I asked Nikki Hill, who, I don't know if you guys remember Nikki, I actually bought Ginny off Nikki. She was at Nikki's on sales livery. Nikki's a 5-star event rider, based further down south. gosh, that was a hard word, based further down south. She's actually about like 2.5, 3 hours away from me. But she had Gin on sales of livery for 6 weeks when I bought her, so she knows her really, really well, and she absolutely adores her. So I was chatting to her anyway about the fact I was going away, and I didn't want Gin to have 6 days off being ridden. So Nick said she'd have her on schooling livery for me, and then when our last events got cancelled because of the hard ground, so I think it's Catton Park got cancelled, and then it was Northallerton was the other one we're going to go to that weekend. That got cancelled, and so when they got cancelled, I thought, oh, do you know what? I'll just ask Nikki to have her for longer, because when you're driving down there, like it's 3 hours in the box, there's not much point me driving 3 hours for her to only stay a week. So Nikki has got Gin for a couple of weeks instead now. So Gin actually had a little bit of a knock of confidence with the show jumping. So if you guys remember, I injured my back at an event, and it all came to a head at Osby, and then oh sorry, I feel like I've swallowed a fly. Let me get a drink. Sorry, my throat was really dry. So yeah, that happened, and then she had a couple of weeks off jumping while I recovered, and then we went for a lesson with a 4-star event rider who sadly I don't think understood Gin and didn't understand me, and she was asking us to do things that were out of both our comfort zones, just asking Gin to jump from a different canter. We were doing really tight cavalettis and really tight bends, and then asking us to jump out of a really slow canter. And perhaps it is stuff that we do need to work on, but it was all like very different very quickly, and Gin hadn't been jumped in 2 weeks, and the lesson just got worse and worse as it went on, and Gin just lost more and more confidence with everything she asked us to do. But anyway, by the end of it, neither of us were really in a very good place. Like, she didn't want to jump, I didn't want to ask her to do these movements and things. So anyway, after that, she had definitely lost quite a bit of confidence in her show jumping, and I really noticed it at home. Like, she wasn't going into the jumps with the same conviction as she normally does. She wasn't seeing the jumps and like ears forward normally, be like, yes, that's my next jump, and like trying to get to it. She was almost backing off from jumps, which is very much not a Ginny thing. So I mentioned that to Nikki, and I thought the sooner she could go down there and have some schooling, the better. So she's been with her a week now, and Nikki took her back to basics on the show jumping just to get her confidence up. So she lunged her over poles, then she lunged her over jumps, then she did some pole work in saddle, then she did like really small, simple exercises, and has slowly built Gin's confidence up over the last week. And then 2 days ago, she jumped around her first course of about 1 metre that she's done in a while, and she said that she was absolutely perfect. She felt back to herself. So then I went down yesterday to go ride Gin to see how she's doing, and she was 100% back to normal. Her confidence is back to where it was previously. Like, she is feeling incredible, and I was so happy just to feel like I had my horse back. Like, Nikki, I don't know how she's done it in a week, because she's actually only jumped her, I think, 3 times. But yeah, she's got me my horse back, and it was just amazing to see that Gin was so full of confidence, and then that filled me with confidence. But yeah, Nikki is incredible. So if you are ever looking for someone for schooling livery, or if you're ever looking to buy a horse and you want to buy it off someone who will tell you absolutely the truth inside and out, Nikki is an incredible person. So yes, she's got Ginny at the moment, and actually I think when I come back, so I come back the Wednesday, that weekend there's an event, and it's down near Nikki, so I think she's going to keep her until the event, and then I'm just going to go down to the event and pick Gin up from the event. So I'm going to go and ride her, but Nikki's going to take her to it for me, which will be really good because she's actually running the event too, so that'd be really nice. So yeah, Gin's gone for schooling livery, and to keep her fitness up as well while I'm away, because just how, like, especially with the way that it was working with an event being so close to me coming back, we wouldn't have been able to run that. Like, I wouldn't have been able to guarantee her fitness, and she wouldn't be fully prepped. So yeah, it's been amazing that we can do this. Really lucky to have Nikki. I'm going for a drink. See you in a bit. Okay, so my next job is to work out how I take this off. I'm assuming might be easy if I take it out of the cage first. So this is my wonderful hippo shower that I absolutely adore. But I need a new gas canister for it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Voila. But I need to take the lid off. How do you? I know I pressed this in somehow. This might be a dad job. I don't know. Does it have to be that way to press in? Let me put the phone down and try and work this out. Aha. I am lid genius, so I've now got to take this to get replaced by a full flow gas. I think I got it from B&Q. And we also need to go and get some horse feed. So you can come run some errands with me. This is like a workout, this thing. It's super heavy. So the first stop on my to-do list is R&R Country. I was hoping to pick up some feed, but sadly they didn't have the brand in stock. So I diverted to the Ariat section instead and had a good look around because, as you guys know, I am borderline obsessed. And I saw this top last time I came. They only had it in an extra small, so I went to try it on. Normally I'd go for a small and a top. I like them a little bit baggier, but this I really liked, and I thought, you know what, it's summer. It's fine, it fits quite nicely. So I got that, and then I had a little wander around the shop and picked up a few other bits, and then went and had a panini. They have a little truck outside now, and they do the best paninis. Then it was on to B&Q to finally change this gas bottle. If you're struggling to get hold of these, by the way, B&Q, best place. So guys, I've just got back home. I've been sorted the gas, been to R&R. I thought I'd show you what I bought actually. So I do love a bit of a haul. Sorry, I keep getting you quite low down on this camera. So the first thing I got is an Equilibrium nose thing. What do you call them? A field relief muzzle protector. Basically, you know, the mesh nose part of a fly mask. It's one of these that attaches to your horse's head collar, because Danny, being the absolute diva that he is, will not wear a normal fly mask, but he gets a lot of flies around his nose, so the only thing we could do is put this on a head collar for him. So I got that, which was, I love a good haul, and I like to know what people have paid as well. So that was £14.50. Could have got an entire fly mask for that, but never mind. And then I noticed the other day we were out of vet wrap, so I got 3 lots of vet wrap. I've got the Ariat top that you guys saw me try on. I would have liked it in a small, but when they checked the stock they only had this one in extra. Didn't mean to do that. They only had this one in extra small in stock, so I thought, do you know what, it does fit. I just quite like a baggy fit, but I got that because I knew if I walked away and didn't buy it, I would not have had the thought. I'd never think to like go online and order one. So, and then the next thing I got are these stud fast domes. So I don't know if I've mentioned what studs I used previously. I'm sure I must have during something. So last year I discovered stud fast studs. They're basically, I'll show you. They're a plastic stud rather than a metal one. These are the dome ones. They now do different shapes. In fact, I might have them in here. Yes, I do. I actually bought some more at Bicton International. They had a stand there. So I bought some of the pointy ones for hard ground. Yeah. There you go. Focus camera. So yeah, these are the pointy ones, whereas the ones I bought today are like the general, I say general purpose, like when the ground's a bit softer, you'd use like a flat dome, and then when it's a bit harder, you tend to go for a point, although I think, let me see if I can get to focus on it. I think personally these are a bit, they could do with being a bit smaller. But anyway, so I've got my dome ones, which are sort of my everyday ones, and then I do have these larger pointy ones as well that I got from them. If they can make a very small pointy one for hard ground, that would be great. But basically they're just a little bit safer to use because I'm not like, I haven't evented for very long and I haven't used a variety of studs before. Like I'm quite new to the concept of studding, so I felt a bit safer going for a plastic stud. There's loads of research into it, have a look for yourself, but yeah, I just really like these. They've been really good as well. The only problem is I haven't looked after mine very well last season, so I needed to buy some more dome ones. Just, you have to clean them after you've used them, and then some of mine, obviously being plastic, they don't last as long as the metal ones, so I was due some new ones anyway. But anyway, that's what I bought. That's everything I got. My nan has actually just rang me and her shower is leaking, and there's no one else to go and have a look. So I'm going to pop down to my nan's actually now. So I'm going to leave this video here, but I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope that has updated you on everything. I've got a couple of videos coming out, hopefully of Percy competing, and I'm also starting a new series about sort of an intro to eventing. So make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you all soon for another video. Bye guys!